So I got some more Punisher comics to share with you guys today. I did do a previous Punisher comic book collection video a long time ago, but this is kind of like an updated video because I've gotten more Punisher comics since then. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. And we have the first ongoing series of the Punisher, which I have a couple annuals here. This is annual number 3. Which I like these annuals from Punisher. They're pretty cool. We have annual number 4 with the Punisher, Captain America, and Daredevil on the cover. It says Daredevil stopped one of them. Captain America's just waiting for his. And then it says this issue, it's the Punisher's turn. So yeah, pretty cool cover. Then we have issue number 5 of, this is part of the annuals. Annual number 5. And then we have annual number 6, which is a really nice issue. Really good artwork inside. Eradication. And now we have the ongoing series of the Punisher, issue number 23. I do have the other issues, like issue 1 through 22, in trade paperbacks. I'll show that off later in some other video. But this is where we're starting at, because this is what I have in this collection. So this is issue number 23 of the Punisher firefight. Looks like the Punisher's getting his ass kicked, which is not a good sight. So issue number 23. Then issue number 24 with, it has guest starring the Shadow Masters. And then we got issue number 27. The Punisher takes on the U.S. Navy. Issue number 45. And Frank Castle says, "That's the last time you don't tip." Yeah, I like Punisher's sarcasm. He's funny. So that's issue number 45. This is issue number 46. So, pretty cool. And then we have the Punisher Summer Special. It says, "Crazy from the Heat." And then we have issue number 47, "Caught in a Desert Storm," which definitely shows how old this comic book is. And then we got issue number 48, "Next Stop, Baghdad." And then we have issue number 49, "The Predator Becomes the Prey." Pretty cool. Alright, now we have The Punisher issue number 50. This is like a giant size 50th issue. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's a really nice cover. Now, when it comes to Punisher, you know, like with the films, like I like the Dolph Lundgren film. That's my favorite one. And I don't mind the Thomas Jane one. The third film, Punisher Warzone, I don't know. I don't know. It wasn't one of my favorites out of the three. I might have to watch it again. But I remember it not being as good as the other two films that came before it. I'd like to see more Punisher films, though. That'd be cool. But, yeah, the Dolph Lundgren one's always been my favorite. He's like the ultimate, Frank Castle to me, anyway. But, yeah. So we have here, that's issue number 50, and then we have issue number 51. The Man Takes His War to Chinatown. And then we got issue number 52, which is kind of an odd cover with Frank Castle and some babies. It's called Maternity War. Yeah. It says on here, baby on board. If you can see it. It's got this right here. This little kid. It's got a little kid that has a gun and has a Punisher shirt with his skull on the shirt. It's crazy. But yeah. This is issue 52. And then we have The Punisher, The Final Days, which is a little story arc. It's like a 7-parter. This is issue number 53. Issue 54. Issue 55, which is a pretty gnarly cover. I believe this is when Punisher got thrown in prison. Yeah. And then he escaped later on. This is issue 56. So, that's that. And then we got issue 57. The Punisher is Wanted, Dead or Alive. And then issue number 58. That is a really cool cover. And then we have issue number 59, which is the last of The Final Days, part 7 of 7. Towards the end of this issue, they do something to Frank Castle's face and they turn him into a black man. Since he's escaped prison and he's trying to go in hiding, he assumes the identity of a black man. Yeah, this was a thing, you know, from the 90s. This actually happened. It didn't last long though, because I don't think too many people liked it. But yeah, as you can see here with issue number 61, Frank Castle is a black man. Yep, this was a thing. Only lasted for a few issues, and then they had where Frank Castle went back to being a white man. I don't know why they did this. Yeah. Didn't make a whole lot of sense. And then we have issue 75, which is a pretty fucking amazing cover. Really cool. One of my favorite Punisher covers. And then we have the Punisher issue number 87, which is this is part of the Suicide Run story arc, which I have a trade paperback of it, but I only have this issue of this particular story arc. So, yeah, I do love the cover though. So that's that.